What's going on, guys? My name is AD the RPA guy, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down my thoughts on why I think it is absolutely not worth learning how to code if you are wanting to get employed in tech in 2025, and the two things that I think you should do instead. Before we jump in, if you gain any value from this video at all, then I want you to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment, okay? I want to make a response video to this video and all the comments. And in general, I really want to increase the engagement on this channel. So drop a comment below. I'm going to respond to each and every one of them. And if I get enough of them, let's say 10 or more, then I'm going to make a video response to each of them, right? So let's jump in. The first reason why I think it is not worth learning to code in 2025 is because AI is going to write code faster and better than you, a beginner, ever will. And if you don't believe me, just check this out.
If you go to this website, I'll type design a food delivery app with restaurant browsing. This app instantly creates the design and UI for me in seconds. I can add, remove, or edit anything just by talking to it.
Build an entire fitness app in under 5 minutes and start to use it today for my workouts. Let's find out. Here's me out in the prompt asking the AI what to do. So basically we have 3 core inputs: energy level, time, area of the body. Now here's the AI building the app.
You can see it writing the code right here.
Here's the AI giving me some better ideas on how I can make my app better. Here's the AI with the final version of the app. Okay, let's test it out.
Our app, live on the internet.
Here's me downloading the PDF to use the workout for tonight. Let's look at the timer.
If you just saw what I saw, we just saw 2 small, short examples of AI doing what it would have taken a human months to do. Here's the thing about being in tech that a lot of people who are not in tech yet don't know. People want things built, people want things fixed, and even the smallest change of any little thing on a screen or on an app or anything takes quite a bit of time to do, okay? Like, it's a small change in a non-tech person's head, but the person who is capable of going in, writing the code, making the change, testing it, publishing it, like, these changes take time, okay? And so you don't appreciate that or know that until you're on the building side of things. But we just saw someone put together a food delivery app, okay, in seconds. Guys, that is months and months and months of coding that would have been needed to do, right? That's just the coding part. That is not the design. That's not publishing. That's not testing. I'm saying to build an app like that would have taken months to do. And we saw that person do it in seconds. Okay. And then the second app that we saw was a guy ideating, creating, and publishing an app to the App Store in less than 5 minutes. Guys, again, this is months and months and months of coding and testing and publish. Like, that used to take months to do, and it is now being able to be done in 5 minutes. And when I say months, I mean months of multiple people working on it, not just one person, okay? If we're talking about one person, we're talking about like 6 months. If I say 2 to 3 people developing and they're all being productive and getting things done, maybe shorter. But like, guys, I want you to understand that that is months and months of coding, right? Boiled down into 5 minutes. That's just coding. That's not testing, right? That's not architecting. That's not design. That's not UI. Like, that's just the coding portion of it. Okay. And it can be done now in 5 minutes. So my question to you is this: why in the world, seeing what we just saw, knowing that it now takes 5 minutes to do what it used to take 5 to 10 months to do, why would you then go and dedicate the next 12 to 18 months to learning how to be good enough at coding to get a job doing it, when AI can do that now in 5 minutes? It just doesn't make sense. Okay, to me, that's like you going outside, seeing all these cars, and then having the bright idea, hey, I'm going to learn how to build my own car to use. Bro, you'd be better off saving your time and just learning how to drive a car that exists already. Okay. It is the biggest and the main reason why I don't believe it is worth learning how to code today professionally in 2025. Now, if you want to learn how to code as a hobby or something to do on the side, or you want to vibe code, cool. I'm not saying don't learn how to code. I'm saying it does not make sense to learn how to code if your outcome is to go and get a job in tech. Okay. And shortly after this, we're going to jump into what the two things I think you should do instead. Now, the second reason why I believe it is worthless to try to learn how to code to get a job in tech in 2025 is because entry-level developer jobs are going away. This is also thanks to AI. Check this out.
College students in computer science once expected an easy jump into six-figure coding jobs, but as AI tools handle more junior programming tasks, some companies are rethinking their hiring of entry-level software engineers. NPR's Windsor Johnston reports.
Routine jobs like writing basic code, running tests, and creating documentation are now often automated. Robert Siemens is a professor at New York University's Stern School of Business. He says that means fewer entry-level positions and tougher competition for the ones that remain.
The data also suggests that entry-level work that is AI exposed, there's even more of a decline in demand.
According to a report from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, college graduates in their 20s with degrees in computer science or engineering are facing some of the nation's highest unemployment rates. Windsor Johnston, NPR News.
I think this year, probably in 2025, we at Meta, as well as the other companies that are basically working on this, are going to have an AI that can effectively be a sort of mid-level engineer that you have at your company that can write code. And once you have that, then in the beginning it'll be really expensive to run, and then you can get it to be more efficient. And then over time we'll get to the point where a lot of the code in our apps and including the AI that we generate is actually going to be built by AI engineers instead of people engineers. But I don't know. I think that'll augment the people working on it. So I mean, my view on this is like the future people are just going to be so much more creative and are going to be freed up to do kind of crazy things.
So guys, there you have it. There are less jobs in demand for software developers because things like ChatGPT and other AI tools are writing code. They're doing entry-level code writing. Okay. So again, you're now competing with AI for these jobs. I've even heard studies of certain colleges basically saying, hey, we're not enrolling people for computer science degrees anymore because people are having a hard time getting jobs once they graduate with it. Okay. And then you just saw Mark Zuckerberg say that they're having an advanced AI that's going to be able to do mid-level engineer stuff, meaning this AI that they don't have it there yet, but it's coming, is going to be able to do not senior level stuff, but mid-level. So think of this as someone who's already been employed writing code for 2 to 3 years, maybe 5 years. So that's mid-level stuff. So if it can do mid-level coding, you know it can do entry-level coding. And if you know nothing about code right now, I just don't believe that is the best use of your time to try to learn and only be good enough to get an entry-level position where now the entry-level positions are gone due to AI, and soon there will be mid-level positions being taken by AI too. So it is not worth your time, energy, and effort, okay, in my opinion. And the third and final reason why I believe it is a waste of time to try to learn how to code to get a job in tech in 2025 is because coding has become a commodity that is heavily outsourced to India because their labor is cheaper. If you don't believe me, check this out.
I'm a software engineer. I work in tech, or at least I used to work in tech until recently, until my whole team got laid off. And you know the craziest part was in my exit interview, they go, hey, we're replacing you guys. We're getting rid of the whole team and we're replacing you guys with Indians. Yeah, I swear to God. I looked them dead in the eye and go, you guys know I'm Indian, right? Like, we can get the rest of these people out of here, but like, you can keep me around. I'm already Indian. We can get rid of these crackers and replace them with my friends. I know hella Indians are like, no, you don't get it. You're not the kind of Indian we want. I'm like, okay, what do you mean? What kind of Indian do you want? You want me to do an accent? I'll do the accent. I don't know if this would make me a better engineer, but it seems to be what you want. So I'll do it. And they're like, no, you don't get it. We want Indians from India. I was like, okay, sure. Like, I was born in India, moved here when I was 2. My family moved here for the job. But I guess if you want to move the job back there, I'll move back with the job. It doesn't seem like a big deal. Like, no, you don't get it. We're getting rid of you. We're moving the job to India to be done by Indians from India who live there, who will do it cheaper.
So I've been going to a lot of tech meetups lately. And at all these tech meetups, I will see people there doing some type of nearshoring or offshoring reach out where they represent software engineers that work either in Mexico, nearshore, Argentina, Peru, or they work offshore, India, Pakistan, and even Africa, Ethiopia, actually. There was someone who was represented from an Ethiopian software consultancy agency. And their pitch is enticing. They work for fractions of what you would pay a software engineer here. What was kind of shocking is I was talking with someone that represented a software consultancy agency in Ethiopia. We were chatting, talking. They were telling me about the team, how they set up, how many engineers you could have on the team. And I basically asked them, what's the cost? And after just some kind of going back and forth, she basically told me it's a minimum wage. So essentially $7. I think it might be $7.25 or $7.50 in Texas. But really, that is all you need to pay to have a senior level software engineer come and join your team.
So there you have it, guys. Anyone who's been in tech for any amount of time already knows that India is the powerhouse when it comes to outsourcing your code being written, because there's just so many more people over there who know how to code. The average developer in America today is earning anywhere between $110,000 and $140,000. Don't take my word for that. You can go Google it. And developers in India and apparently over the, across the world are getting paid $8 an hour for senior developers. Okay. So it's just like in America, if you're trying to become a professional developer, it does not make sense to spend all this time, this 12 to 18 months to learn, and then also learn how to interview, get your resume right, all these things just to go get a job where AI is, doing it. You're not going to be as good as AI anytime soon. And the labor across the world is far cheaper. Why would they pay you $100,000 a year when they can pay him $8 an hour? Like, you're fighting an uphill battle, and I do not recommend that you try to learn how to code in 2025. I just think it's a waste of your time. As someone who knows how to code, right? And I'm not saying I'm the best coder on earth, but it can be done for cheaper by Indians, and it can be done even cheaper by AI and better than you. So it's not worth doing, in my professional opinion. So based on all of that, what do I recommend you do instead? 2 things. 1, I recommend that you learn how to use AI to modify code. Okay. So again, this does not mean coming up with code from scratch, but go find some code somewhere, or hell, have AI write you some code for something and then tell it, hey, I want you to dissect this code for me line by line and tell me what each thing is doing. Right. So have it teach you how to interpret and understand code, if that makes sense. So use it as a teacher, let it write the code, and then let it also teach you what each portion of that code means. And then from there, you can become adept at modifying code. Okay. This is the equivalent of, instead of learning how to build a car from scratch, or I'm going to use a different example. Oftentimes I say the difference between RPA and coding is, one is building a home from scratch, and the other is using a 3D printer to print a home, right? You're building the same outcome in the end. The difference is you're getting there faster. And why I recommend you learn how to modify code rather than write code is because it's a easier lift, it's easier to do, and it's going to be useful, because AI is writing code and is building apps, but it's not building high quality code or high quality apps. So it's going to spit out some bullshit most of the time. And we're still going to need professional people to modify it and tailor it to exactly what the customer or the end user needs. So if writing code is like building a home, then learning to modify code would be the equivalent of being a handyman, right? So handymen don't come in and build your house, right? Those are builders. Handymen come in and they can say, hey, I can hang your things on the wall, or I can fix your drawers, or I can fix your cabinets, or they have a specialized job. I do this thing. I make this modification to your home and this modification only. Or maybe they have 3 or 4 different things they can do to modify. So that's what I would recommend that you do. Instead of learning how to code from scratch, let AI, write the code and then ask it line by line to break down what is going on. Right. And then from there, you start to learn and interpret and can understand what the hell you see on the screen when the code is written. Okay. And then from there, you can start making small modifications along the way. That is a far, 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 far better game plan. So the first thing I think you should do is learn to modify code. Okay. And the second thing I think you should learn how to do is obviously learn RPA. Okay. RPA developers don't need to know how to code, but they kind of do learn how to code along the way, right? They can and will likely learn coding concepts along the way to get the job done. But again, this is not the same thing as learning to code from scratch. RPA is like drag and drop automation and is much simpler and isn't as mentally demanding. And the average RPA developer does not have to fear losing their job to AI, because AI is integrated within all of the RPA platforms. Okay. So obviously, if you are someone who is looking to break into tech, you're looking for a simple way, you're looking for a roadmap, you're looking for a mentor. If you're someone who has been spending a lot of time, guys or husbands, wives, parents, right? If you're someone who's been spending a lot of time working and grinding and earning money to be able to provide for the family, and you're providing money and really nothing else because your presence is not there physically or mentally, then I want you to click the link below and go join the waiting list for RPA University, where I teach you how to get into tech. Okay. We do the whole shebang, right? It's not just teaching you RPA. I think that's BS. I teach you RPA. We get your resume right. We turn you into an authority figure on social media and have recruiters reaching out to you to set you up on job interviews. Okay. So we run the whole gamut. If that is something you're interested in, then I highly suggest you click the link below, go join the waiting list. Someone on my team will be contacting you shortly. Only a few spots left because we keep it very, very intimate. So everyone who applies does not get an opportunity to enroll. But if that sounds interesting to you, click the link in the description, add yourself to the waiting list, and someone will reach out. That being said, guys, hopefully you found this video informative. I try to keep shit simple. I try to keep it short. I try to keep it to the point. And I'm hoping that if you're seeing it with your own eyes from other people, then you don't have to just take my word for it. I don't believe that it is worth learning how to code in 2025 if you plan on using that to get a job, because one, AI is going to write code much better and much faster than you as a beginner ever will. 2, entry-level jobs are going away anyway. And 3, coding has become a commodity and has been outsourced to India and other places on earth heavily. So let me know what you think. If you agree with this, drop a comment, let me know. If you disagree with this, drop a comment, letting me know so I can do some responses. Let's get the engagement going, guys. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next time, I am AD, the RPA guy. Peace.